Guys, it's officially draft day. Here's my final 7-round mock draft for my favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Saints fans, we know Mickey about to throw us for a loop, but I'm all for it. I can't wait to see how the rest of the draft plays out as well. But let's see if we can pull another 2017 draft. And we're going to get right into this one. So I'm going to try and make this as realistic as possible, but it's still going to be what I want them to do. And to a degree, because, this first round pick, I think most Saints fans agree that we're going to need to address the defensive line, depending on who's left there. For example, if Brian Bursi's gone, Calijah Kancey gone, and Mazi Smith is gone, I don't want to reach for Keanu Benton. I think we can get him at 40, so I'm not for that. And then we could take a look at the lineup here. I'm going to put this in the nickel. Like I said in the past, we could use corner. It could be a spot of help. But if we're looking at this roster, the D-line is kind of a mess. We kind of hope that Peyton Turner can maybe show something. Carl Granderson has some potential, but he might just be like an average player, although I like him. Tano Passignon, I'd like to see more from him. I'm interested in what he's going to be able to do. We got good linebackers, could use a backup. Good safeties, could also use another backup there. Marcus May is kind of getting into some trouble, and he's kind of getting like oldish. Tyrann Mathieu there, so he'll be able to hold that down. Offense, we could go guard. Honestly, I've seen a lot of people go guard with the Saints at 40. I'm just gonna be straight up. I'm not going guard because I don't want that. I like flashy picks, and I know guard might help us more than anything else, but we're going flashy. So with 29. I'm going to be looking at edge. I'm going to be looking at interior defensive line. Corner, if they fall, I kind of like Emmanuel Forbes. I just don't know if the Saints want that. And I think they play press. I don't know if it's like press and bail. I think it's more of just like press man. You know how Marshawn plays. I think I'm going to go with Mazi Smith. From what I've heard, he was not able to unlock his full potential with pass rushing. So that gives us something to look forward to. He's 21, almost 22, so he's young. He's a big guy, perfect size for an interior defensive lineman. Other player I would look at here would be Zay Flowers, but we're going to go Mazi Smith, and we just addressed the biggest need there. And then at 40, I am very tempted by Jahmyr Gibbs. That's someone that sticks out to me. Darnell Washington actually just went right before us. I would have been tempted by him, honestly. Probably would have gone Darnell Washington. I like some of the corners here. I'm also looking at edge again. I'm really tempted to go Adetomiwa Adebawore. He had a ridiculous combine. He's 6'2", 282 pounds, 22, so young still. 4.49 40-yard dash is the fastest ever for a 280-plus pound player by 0.16 seconds is pretty crazy. And honestly, I would bet on that at pick 2 for the Saints. Let's take a look at this lineup. So we're gonna plug Mazi in right around here. Let's put this back into base defense. So we're gonna plug Mazi in Kalen Saunders' spot, and then we're going to plug Adetomiwa Adebawore around the line. Let's say across from Cam Jordan. We can rotate Granderson in there. All of a sudden, that D-line has some potential. Maybe, someone like Calijah Kancey could be nice. But, we made it to pick 71 here. We went defense 2 times in a row. This is where I'm starting to think we might want to look offense. And the only other position I would maybe consider is interior offensive line and, linebacker, maybe cornerback. And, I don't think this happens very often at all, especially in the PFF simulator. But Daiyan Henley fell to us, and that's very tempting. I'm gonna let you guys read some of this. They think he's a second-round player, and we are in the 3rd round here. I'm gonna go Daiyan Henley. It's a position that we could definitely upgrade on, especially if there's an injury, which, linebacker is a very easy spot to get injured. And I know a lot of Saints fans like Tyjae Spears there. I'm perfectly fine with Tyjae Spears there. I just want to switch it up, show you guys what could happen. I don't know if the Saints are just as in love with Tyjae Spears as much as we are. So, just want a reality check there. We gotta lessen our hopes for that pick. But at 115, let's see, we went So we went linebacker. We haven't knocked on offense a single time yet. That is a little bit concerning. So I'm going to go back and select all the positions that I would be looking at here. You know, running back sticks out to me. I know they met with Dwayne McBride, and I like Roschon Johnson, but I'm going to go Dwayne McBride. You know, if you put him, Kamara, and Jamal Williams together, that's a pretty good running game. And we already got our linebacker. We might be looking at tight end and wide receiver here. Ooh, at 146, honestly, if Zach Kuntz is still there, I would be willing to bet on him. And I'm gonna go Zach Kuntz. I know he's ridiculously athletic. I'll show you guys what the RAS score is. I'm gonna throw it up on the screen. 6'7", 255. Like, he's still kind of small, but that's just insane. I'm going Zach Kuntz. You can give him some time behind Juwan Johnson. Only positions we have not addressed are interior offensive line and wide receiver, and then maybe some secondary. And I honestly think I'm gonna go wide receiver here, and I'll be picking Bryce Ford Wheaton here. He's 6'3", he's a bigger wide receiver, and that's kind of what they need. They need someone to fill in for MT if he goes down, which is honestly at this point more than likely. I really hope he doesn't. I would love to see another full season from Michael Thomas, but we know how that goes. I'm gonna go at 227 with Clayton Tune. I believe he's the best quarterback left, and I think that's a solid pick, especially for a backup quarterback that, you know, they could think about developing him, and they picked him in the 7th round, so if he doesn't really do anything, then that's not really anything to worry about. With the last pick for the New Orleans Saints here, I want them to go, you know, there's a good amount of players here that I like, actually, and I know this is going to happen in real life too. There's going to be players that I'm betting that I'm hoping they get by signing them to an UDFA contract. I really like Jaden Hasselwood. I think he could be something, but we already got a wide receiver. Dallas Daniels, I've seen him kind of rise up boards. I also kind of like some of the kickers. I'm not sure if we're going to go with Will Lutz or not. I feel like we probably stick with him for a little bit. Seen some hype on Ben Van Sumeren, but we got our linebacker and Deion Henley. I'm going to go another interior defensive lineman here to finish out this draft. And honestly, I don't really know much about any of these guys except for Teron Vincent, PJ Mustipher, and Devoncha Maxwell. And I'm going to go Ohio State and go Teron Vincent. We'll see what they gave us. This is the final mock draft I'm doing for the Saints. This is kind of a mixture between reality and then what I think should happen. You know, a few other ones that I've liked. I did this one. I like this one a lot. I think Kancey could go good, but I really like if Adebawore falls to pick 2 for the Saints. I like that. I also like Tucker Kraft or any tight end that falls to round 3. And then obviously we might go Tyjae Spears there. And then another one I thought about is right here. You know, moving back up to get Tyjae Spears, getting Marvin Mims, so that backup wide receiver. I like linebacker, round 3, round 4. I like Darnell Washington, and then maybe Brian Bresee falls to us in 29. It's kind of a mixture between who's going to fall there. So this is the one that we went with today. And I'm a fan, but I just showed you guys some of the ones that I like too. And, you know, that's going to wrap it up. I'm super excited for tonight. Let me know what you guys think of this, and tune into the draft tonight. See ya.